Hello everyone, welcome to my final video for now on my Star Wars CCG graded cards from PSA. These are my Premier Limited cards. I believe I pulled most of these back in the day. I think I stored most of these cards here in screw top loaders. Pulled them out, submitted them in January along with the others in a bulk order. So yeah, let's get down to business. So here's the Millennium Falcon. So you'll notice for the limited, they kind of have a bit more explanations. Premier was the first set. For Star Wars CCG and limited is the black borders, because there's also white border versions of these cards that are called unlimited, and light side because it is on the light side of Force as opposed to the dark side cards. So this one got a near mint to mint 8. I suspect it could have been that little edge wear on the top of the card. I don't know if that was due to wear on my part or if that's how it came out of the pack. Could have been some combination of damage in the pack, but either way, I think that's the only real noticeable. I've got some sweat perhaps. Ugh, making a mess here. Pardon. Yeah, I think the card looks pretty good other than that. Corners are pretty good. Edges are pretty good. Centering also pretty good. The back, similar story. Looks pretty pristine on the back, really. I think it was just that kind of nasty edge whitening there. I don't see any surface flaws either. So yeah, I think that was really what took it down to a near mint to mint 8. Another vehicle here. We got Vader's custom tie. So you have Vader's TIE Fighter there as a card. This one got a mint 9. As for why, well, let's see here. Centering looks maybe slightly to the left, but pretty good. Got some whitening on that left, bottom left there. Black borders look great on the back. Centering is also pretty good on the back. So really, how's the surface? Looks pretty good to me. I don't really see any imperfections on the surface. It really might just be that little blip on the corner there that got it to a mint 9 as opposed to a gem mint 10. So again, seems from these grades that the perhaps just the gem mint 10s are just really hard to come by, because there aren't too many cards you pull that just have no whitening at all on the edges straight out of the pack even. Going with Vader's accessories again, here we have Vader's lightsaber. So this card, centering pretty good. Maybe a little bit of whitening on that corner if you look really close, but it looks pretty damn good. Back also looks really good. No whitening on the corners or edges. Just that little blip right there. Surface looks, I think the surface is pretty good too. Yeah. I don't really see any wear on the surface, so yeah, it's just that little corner that got it. Here's the one, Leia Organa. This one only got a near mint 7. It's got a little bit of wear on that top corner there. If you look closely, a little bit of wear on that bottom left corner there too. Maybe a little bits of wear on there also. And then on that bottom right corner, you got a little bit of edge wear on there as well. But other than that, the card looks pretty good. Everything else is pretty good. Surface is also pretty good. Now, if you do look at her cheek, it's kind of like her cheek and her hair. It's almost like it's a little dent, kind of where that glare is. Yeah, see right on the edge of that glare. Perhaps that also factored into demoting it to a near mint 7. That probably actually affected it more than the edge whitening. Again, PSA really doesn't like those kind of. Oh, there's another one down there too. If you look kind kind of in the, let's see if I can get it to show up on the camera. Kind of to, yeah, there you go, to Leia's, to our left of Leia on the bottom of the picture. You can see another little divot. I don't know if that's where on the surface of the card or what, but those sorts of things might contribute to penalization. Another card here. This one is C3PO. So this one only got an excellent mint 6. So again, borders of this one actually look really good. Maybe a little tiny blip there. Bottom left, you got a little bit of whitening, but not much in the sword in this card. So what took this down to an EX mint 6, an excellent mint 6? And I think that's because, again, let's go with the, there you go, you can see that right there, right above C3PO's name. It's kind of like a little, it's like a scratch, but it indents in the surface a little bit. Can we see it on the back of the card? I don't even know if it's severe enough to see on the back of the card. So it's not like it even went through the card all the way. Or maybe it did. It might have actually. Yeah, you can see it on the back of the card right there. So yeah, it affected the integrity of the card. So those sorts of defects which mess with the integrity of the card, heavily penalized by PSA. And speaking of which, Han Solo, very good 3. 3 doesn't seem very good, but it means very good according to PSA. So again, looking at the card, I don't know if you can already see the defect. I'm not trying to show it off yet, but whitening a little bit on the top, but looks pretty good. Centering's pretty good on the back. A little bit of whitening on that corner, but again, maybe a little bit down there, but it's not bad. So why would this only get a 3? This is where it's really comes down to surface defects. If you look kind of at that top border of the card, there's almost like these little, I don't even know what they are necessarily. It looks kind of like indentations on the card. So this card was kept in a screw top loader, and perhaps moisture over the years leaked in parts of it, or maybe it was caught in the plastic at some point and warped. I'm not entirely certain, but it made these kind of strange looking defects at the edge of the card. And PSA really didn't like that when they graded, so even though kind of in a straight lighting situation, it looks like an amazing card because you kind of can see those defects at an angle. That gives the card a very good 3 rating. All right, so now got our final 3 cards here. Got Obi-Wan Kenobi, mint 9, so light side rare. Centering, maybe a little bit right of center. Got a little tiny ding there on the card, probably straight out of pack. Those sorts of things, you know, fairly common on those older cards to have slight defects out of the pack. Some very slight wear on that corner. Other than that, though, looks pretty good. So, yeah, probably that little ding took it down to mint 9, along with the slightly off centering. And then our final 2 cards. So we got Luke Skywalker, Premier Limited, light side Luke Skywalker. So you got a mint 9. Centering is pretty good. Maybe a hair to the right, but not very much. Top bottom centering pretty good. Just a little hair of whitening on that corner right there. The reverse, pretty good, except maybe a very tiny bit of whitening on that corner down there. Other than that, though, pretty solid. So yeah, just a little bit of cornering. Probably took it down to mint 9. Last but not least, probably the V-Man Chase card in Premiere, Darth Vader. So this is my old Darth Vader from back in the day. Got only a near mint to mint 8. I actually think it's pretty generous grade, considering the damage, which we'll get into. So there's a little bit of whitening on the front of the card right there. Not too much, just, you know, you have to look pretty close too, because if you looked at it from a distance, it's not really all that noticeable. I mean, you can kind of see it if you imagine, but it's not really too prevalent. Centering, maybe slightly right of center. Top outer centering is pretty good. On the rear, though, that's where it looks almost like it kind of got, let's see if I can show you. It looks like it almost got dragged at some point, so there's like a decent amount of wear on the bottom in that corner, and then over there too. So yeah, this and that. I don't know, I guess I could see near mint 8, because it's definitely not mint, but, and that's probably about the damage to the card. There's a little bit of grease on there already. Gotta wipe that off better. But yeah, the surface of the card looks pretty good. Yeah, that's a good card. But yeah, it's really hard, incredibly hard to pull gem mint 10s out of the even pack fresh. Because for example, I just pulled actually an Obi-Wan. Let me go get that right now. I pulled an Obi-Wan out of a starter deck the other day. I was really happy, like, oh yeah, I've got like a pack fresh Obi-Wan. So this is our pack fresh Obi-Wan right there, right? So, you know, he looks pretty good on the front. Centering's immaculate. You know, surface is pretty good, although, and there's this little line sometimes in the cards. I don't know if that's from like storage wear because they're 20 years old, or if the cards I actually got graded have that. I'm not sure, but it's not too bad. But anyways, he already has a little print defect down. See, you can see. Okay, load it. There we go. See, you got a little bit of a blue dot there, and I suspect that even if there's nothing wrong with the card else other than that, it's already just going to be, it's not a gem mint card anymore. So, and then I also pulled a Vader a few weeks back from a Premier booster pack, and that one had a little blue mark, I believe, on the front, on the black border, so that would probably be even penalized harder. So yeah, it's just one of those things where those old Star Wars cards seem to have, you know, small printing flaws. So if you got a gem mint version of one of them, I'd highly recommend holding on to them. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching my videos. I hope you've enjoyed our grading adventures through PSA of the old Star Wars CCG. Yeah, perhaps I'll be making more videos in the, well, I wouldn't say the near future, because I submitted these bulk order of cards back in January, and I just got them back at the end of July, so what, that's about 6 months. I'll be submitting another bulk order soon of some more Star Wars cards to get graded, but probably won't have those until next year. I might be submitting a order of some of the more valuable cards at a higher price point, so I may have those back sooner, and if I do submit those and get them back, I'll let you guys know. I'll be making more videos on those as well. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you. Yep, take care.